The Dutch powerlifting team did incredibly well at this year's World Bench Press Championships at Sun City. We get to sit down now with a man whose love and passion and commitment to the sport of powerlifting is so evident when we talk to him. Coach Pieter van der Vijfeijke, I know I've butchered that name, my apologies, Coach, shares his story, how he got into the sport, what powerlifting means to him, how much passion and love he has for his amazing team, and his experience at Worlds, and sharing why we should all be part of this incredible sport. Welcome to Coffee and Conversations with Champions. Coach, firstly, I'm really grateful for your time, and I'm sorry for what I'm about to do again to your name. I know we were practicing it now, but we're down with Dutch lifter and coach for the bench press team, Pieter van der Vijfeijke.
Yes, very good.
Okay, thank you. Wasn't so bad. Thank you for your time. We met at World Bench. What we wanted to chat about today really is just sort of powerlifting, what powerlifting means to you, and also find out a little bit about you, get a story of your background, how you ended up coaching the team, and sort of what powerlifting means to you. So, Coach, welcome to, we're going to call this Coffee and Conversations with Champions. How does that sound? So we've got our
coffee we got.
Coffee we got, absolutely.
Champions also.
Absolutely, 100%. I was looking at some of your numbers are also looking pretty good there, Coach. So not too bad. And
talking about my coaching numbers or my lifting numbers.
Your lifting numbers as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So tell us about how was South Africa for you guys? How was the trip?
South Africa was great. It's a bit far. It took us 10.5 hours in a plane and 3 hours in a minivan to get there.
Right.
But it was definitely worth it. We had a great time, fantastic group, and we had the best result ever in international competition.
Fantastic.
We had, 2 gold medals in the open, also one in the juniors, a bunch of bronze medals. We're very pleased with the results.
I'm glad you're happy. And what did you think of sort of the venue and Sun City as a location?
The venue was really good. I never like it when the venue is in a hotel. Hotel. If it's a conference center, then it's okay. But I want a proper hall where the venue is, and preferably separated from the hotels. But the good thing about Sun City is that the hotels are really close, walking distance. And so you don't have to rely on the transport by the organizer. Although the transport was also pretty good because there were minivans all day long. So perfect location actually.
Okay, fantastic. So how did you get into powerlifting?
That's been a while. Actually, I was canoeing, and for that sport, you also do some strength training. And I started to do that together with a friend, and we found out strength training is much more fun than the stuff on the water. So from the little weights in the lifting room from the canoeing club, we moved to a gym and started lifting weights at age 17, 18, something like that.
Was it competitive because there were weights? I mean, young men in weights, it's going to get competitive.
Yeah, that's how you get started, at least. Went pretty good, and then the gym went bankrupt. These things happened, so I had to move to a new gym. And at that point, there was a gym in Eindhoven where I live that was quite often in the news with champions. So I decided to go there. And that's where my lifting career really started. First competed at the gym championships. And 6 months later, I was competing at the first junior nationals and that was in 1986, if I'm not mistaken.
Coach, you were 4 years old when you started competing.
Yeah, I had to be
Looking
born.
young. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Mm,
one of the 60s children. So
yep.
yeah, born in 1966, and yeah, still competing. So now
Mm,
I'm no longer competing. I
mm,
get to that a bit later, but I still go at least 3 times a week to the gym.
mhm.
Train with the guys that I train, and yeah, actually, I program it. Uh, my own program is exactly the same as the programs for the guys who are competing. So I've been on a World Championships program for the last 2 months,
Right.
and
Okay.
that way yeah, it's easy because I'm in the gym anyway to train
Mm,
these guys, and it keeps me fit, and I really enjoy it to train with them and challenge them sometimes,
yeah.
although the moments that I win uh yeah, that it's not that often anymore.
Yeah.
I have to
Well,
pick my
you're training him.
moments.
You have to pick your battles. So you
Yeah.
work the programming to make sure they still remember who's boss, coach.
Yeah.
So
So
can you?
sometimes
Yeah.
we compete in biceps or something.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, coach, can you give us a little bit of your background, sort of who is Pieter, who you are, and a little bit of your story?
um, well, like I said, I'm born in
Mm,
1966 in
mm-hmm,
Eindhoven. That's the city where Philips is located, the Philips Electronics
mm-hmm,
and medical. And yeah, that's a city, industrial city. 50% of the people in these days worked for Philips, and the other 50% for small companies related to Philips. So
Phillips. Okay.
yeah, that's where it all started. And yeah, like I said, I got interested in lifting at the age of 17, 18.
Mm-hmm,
But yeah, it's in the Netherlands, and I think in most countries it's not a professional sport. It is professional, but you can't make a living out of it.
yeah.
In the Netherlands, the Olympic sports and football are the big sports that where the money is going. And when you are Olympic, like for instance weightlifting,
Mm,
then there's a lot of financial support for the athletes. They get their basic income, so they can focus on sports only. But yeah, not for powerlifters. So I had to study something else to make a
okay.
living, and that's how I ended up in financial services.
Mm,
First as an employee for an insurance company, and in 1995 I started my own business, financial services, real estate, and yeah, still going strong. We had very successful years, and someone is now is the delivery guy.
okay.
Oh, I have to sign for
Yeah.
this, I guess.
Okay, no problem. And then, coach, you can give us a plug for your company. You can tell us about that.
And this is
Mm,
actually a letter for the Powerlifting Federation. So
okay. Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
the head office is also here.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Coach, speaking about that, and I think it's quite a big thing for us because I was chatting to the president Gaston as well. If we look at the power lifts, the squat, bench, and deadlift, that's the foundation of any athlete program, from beginner level to elite level. Where Olympic lifting is a little bit more technical, but I think, not to take anything away from Olympic lifting, but powerlifting is a lot simpler to teach, and it can reach a lot more people and benefit a lot more people than the Olympic lifting. Why is it, do you think, that powerlifting at the moment is not getting the same, I suppose we could say, appreciation as some of the other sports where there's funding from the state for athletes?
Um, yeah, I can only speak about the situation
Mm.
in the Netherlands, and it's
Yes.
not that powerlifting doesn't get appreciation.
Mm.
Actually, it's much bigger than weightlifting in the Netherlands.
Right.
But from the Olympic Committee point of view,
Mm.
it's really easy. They focus on the Olympic sports and especially on the sports that will bring us the gold medals at the
Mm.
Olympics.
Okay.
So in the Netherlands, we have, for instance, swimming,
Mm.
cycling, judo, and the winter sports, of course, everything that has skating
Mm. Yeah.
involved. That's
Right.
really big in the Netherlands, and
Mm.
that's where the money is going. Um, yeah, it's a strategy, and they are very open on that.
Right.
And as long as we are not Olympic, we get support,
Mm.
but
Yes.
yeah, one Olympic athlete gets more than the entire federation for powerlifting will
Okay.
get.
Sure.
So that's, yeah,
What
that's
would?
a big
Yeah.
difference.
Okay.
And yeah, we can fight it, but it won't change.
Mm.
So the way we look at it, we have to fight it in a positive way.
Mm-hmm.
You can complain whatever you want, but yeah, the big guys decide, and that's about it. But when we get results like we got in South Africa, that's what will ring a bell. And yeah, the worlds in Malta, we also have a very good team there. So
Okay.
hopefully we get some more good and positive results. And yeah, we discussed it with the
Mm.
head of the Olympic committee. It's not that they don't know us,
Okay.
but once in a while we have to ring a bell. Look, we're still here. We're successful. So give us more money. That's more or less the conversation that we have.
Fantastic. So the more medals that you can bring to ring and to show, then the more they'll notice.
That's
Coach,
exactly
yeah,
how it
yeah.
works.
Mm.
It's almost sounds like a business,
Yes.
big global company. It's fine that you are a nice guy and that you train hard, but all that matters are gold medals.
Okay.
Uh,
And the gold specifically, that's what they're after from a country
no,
point of view,
actually,
or no?
what they focus on
Mm.
top six
Okay.
at Europeans and
Hmm.
top eight worldwide.
Okay.
When you're top eight athlete in your sport, then you get the government support.
Sport.
It's
Okay.
yeah, it's a status, and then you get an income from yeah, from the government.
Right. So, go tell us about Malta. What are you expecting? What are you looking forward to?
Well, first of all, I'm not going to Malta.
Oh, me neither. Me neither.
Yeah, the thing is, when you run a company like I do, and also have to do a
Yes.
lot of work for the federation, it's
Mm.
impossible to go to every international competition.
Yes.
So for the we have for the powerlifting, we have also coaches who specialized on the senior team, the open.
Hmm.
We have you met the guy actually. Pieter van der Hoek is our
Hmm.
junior powerlifting coach, and I do the bench presses.
Okay.
So that's how we do the work. And
Hmm.
we have 8 lifters going to Malta, accompanied with Pardeep Kaili as a coach.
Okay.
And yeah, for especially at the women's, we have Pleun Dekkers at the 52 weight class. She was the world record holder in squat.
Hmm.
Her record fall at in Sheffield.
Hmm.
Yeah, but we hope she will bring it back to Holland in Malta.
Fantastic.
And Iris Scholte is she was competing in South Africa last year at the Worlds, and
Mm-hmm.
she had the same total as the world champion. only bodyweight decided that she won the bronze, and we had someone else to win the gold.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Coach,
these are the two most
oh,
competitive lifters that we have
lifters.
on
Okay.
Malta.
Sure. Coach, when you talk about the lifting and the athletes, you get this big smile on your face. What is
Of
it
course.
about the yeah, what is it about the sport that you love so much and that makes you so happy?
Um, Difficult to say.
Yeah.
I think most important are the people we work with.
Mm,
Also in South Africa, we had such an amazing team. Everyone
mm,
was supporting, and also the things outside the competition. Yeah, we made a trip to see the elephants and think the wildlife, and yeah, it was all a lots of fun, and that's what's
mm,
giving you the energy, because
okay.
you won't get rich from
Mm,
being a coach in powerlifting, and yeah, but this is worth more than all the money in the world. It's a family, and
mhm.
yeah, that's very precious to me.
So, on that point, why should someone get involved with our sport? Why should someone look at powerlifting?
um it's yeah, almost everyone can do it.
Hmm.
Actually, yeah, literally almost everyone, because we also have the Special Olympics
Yeah.
and the Paralympic powerlifting. So and it's really easy to get started, because everyone who went to a gym must have done the bench press
Hmm.
once, and if you go there more often, you end up in doing squats and deadlifts. Yeah, it's easy, it's fun, it gets you in shape. So yeah, that's more or less it, and it's always a good atmosphere in a gym.
Absolutely, and we get to have conversations like this where we met in Sun City, and while we were checking out, I thought, let me just nag Coach, see if I can get him to have a chat, and it was no problem from your side. So it's something that we're very grateful for, and also as you can see, wearing our orange, so going Hop
Mhm.
Holland. I made the studio orange. It's very important, especially with this with the Dutch brand that I love wearing. I think from your side, Coach, as you run your own business, you have your life, and I know the lifting takes a lot of time, the coaching takes a lot of time, the administration takes a lot of time. We may have covered it sort of in why do the powerlifting, but what keeps you staying involved from an administrative point of view, from a coaching point of view? Were you giving up your personal time?
Someone has to do the job.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not it. Well, we were in 2012.
Mm,
We had uh, there were elections for the new
mm,
president of the Dutch Powerlifting Federation, and no one wanted to do it. It was literally like that. So,
okay.
and yeah, that was the point that I decided, okay, this sport is too precious to me. I
Mm,
can't let this happen, that
mm.
that the federation will die because no one is willing to put in some effort. So then I decided to volunteer, and yeah, I'm still there.
Okay, fantastic. We're very grateful that you did, because you brought through such a wonderful team. And as you said, just the one thing I noticed at bench this year was just how wonderful the teams were, the fun the Canadians were having, the Dutch were having, the Americans were having. It was such wonderful, wonderful camaraderie, and you see such wonderful things. You're talking about the Special Olympics, where I don't know if you saw Daniel from the UK, Macaulay, lift, and just when watching him run out onto the platform, I've never seen such energy like that, and such passion. It's the most wonderful thing. And even when I was working as technical controller, which can be a little bit challenging, the guys are all wonderful and they're respectful, and it's a great place to be, a wonderful place to watch, but it got a little bit too stressful watching the lift. So I sort of ended up standing more inside by the chalk where my heart could take it. For you, what
It's
would you?
it's
Yeah.
it's
Sorry, coach.
exactly what you right what you're saying. Respect, friendship.
Mm,
It's a really nice community to be part of. And yeah, if you compare it to other sports, I'm a big football fan. I have
hmm
season tickets for my team. But if you see what's going on in football,
mm,
there's so much hate and violence and not good things. And you don't see that in powerlifting.
mm.
Even the big guys, I coach the strongest guy I've ever worked with. And every time when I can't find him, I know he's talking to someone, he's hugging them, having a good time. And yeah, this is the opposite of what you see in other sports.
Right, 100%. I mean, it's the most. That's I love the community. I love the vibe. And what I wanted to do is why we made the decision to do these talks is always say everybody knows what Ronaldo's mom looks like, but we want to create a little bit of a story behind how amazing our athletes are, how coaches are, what an incredible community we have. I'm very grateful again that you've given up of your time to talk with us, and we look forward to doing this regularly, Coach. So I just wanted to put that out there. For you, where would you like to see powerlifting going? What would you like to see for the future of the sport, worldwide, and also for Dutch powerlifting?
Well, worldwide, actually, it's going pretty much into the direction that I
Mm.
like it. If you look at the nominations for the world, uh, all the weight classes are fully booked.
Yes.
20 lifters, 30 lifters from all different countries. That's how it's supposed to be. And the difference between the number one and the number 10 is only 15, 20 kilos. So that's exciting competition. And
Mm.
then it's interesting to watch. So that's going really well. In bench press, you see this also, but yeah, we need more countries to compete in bench press. But we're getting there. It's getting better and better every year.
Oh, fantastic.
Um, Powerlifting in the Netherlands is growing really, really fast. We have luxury problems, as we call it, because we have more people to compete than we have competitions.
Right.
The last competition where we opened the registration was fully booked in 9 minutes. And we're talking 200
Wow.
athletes competing. So it's now like people are going to a concert. When they open, people are sitting with their laptops and getting the tickets.
Ready to go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's really exciting, and it's really
Mm,
good fun to see that this is happening. So yeah, we are leveling up. We're looking for a permanent competition
mhm.
location. So yeah, more or less plug and play.
Okay.
That would make it much easier to organize competitions more often. And yeah, that's where we are going, and we are really pleased that we are going there. And of course, we want the Olympic recognition and things like that,
Mhm,
but that will take much more time. And
mm,
yeah, what you see at the Olympics is that the sports where the money is going, that's the new sports
mm.
at the Olympics are always the big commercial sports. So yeah, that will take a while before we get there. But
Right.
yeah, if
That's
you
absolutely.
compare it, when I started as a president of our federation,
Mm.
it's now 11 years ago. And if you look at it, what we achieved in these 11 years, yeah, it's really amazing.
It's unbelievable. And coach, thank you for what you've given to the sport. So it's awesome to see. From your side, is there anything sort of that you'd like to end off by saying or sharing, just with the listeners?
Yeah, keep lifting, things like that. It's
100%.
I didn't prepare anything for this
Mm.
interview, and I think that's the way it should be,
Absolutely.
because
Just a chat.
It must, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I really like it. I love this. I love powerlifting. I love bench pressing, and I want the world to get involved in our sports.
100%. Coach, just an interesting thing for me, what I love about the bench, other than the fact that I have short arms, is it's a very, very technical lift. You really got to have everything working for you. So really, and especially then with the equipped as well, it's a whole different ball game.
It's a full body exercise,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Yep,
not about the
just the
chest
arm.
and the
Yeah,
triceps.
that's it. Yeah.
There's much more technique involved than most people think, and yeah, it's really exciting to see,
Mm.
especially how the young athletes are looking to their limits and trying to find new techniques. Yeah, it's really good fun.
Absolutely. It was amazing to see some of the sub juniors what they were doing at bench now. It was unbelievable. That's everyone thinks it's chest and arms maybe, but no, if you're not working that whole body, the bar's not moving. And I think a good indicator of that is a guy can come to you with a 80-kilo bench press, and after one or two sessions, he's doing 120 kilos because you've got him lifting correctly, and then they're bitten by the bug. So I think, coach, to maybe what your message would be: keep lifting, and if you haven't started, start lifting and then keep lifting.
Exactly.
100%. Coach, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it, and we're very grateful for you sitting down. All the best for your team at Malta and for the
Thanks a lot.
business. Yeah, and for yourself as well. Who is your football team, by the way?
PSV Eindhoven.
Eindhoven. Okay, well then, and all the best to Eindhoven. Thank you so much, Coach.
You're very welcome. It was very nice to be in this chat, and looking forward to the next session.
Thank you so much.